Welcome back to another Quickie with King Willy. Thanks guys for watching, and I'd like to thank Data. Dataless822 is a link to him and everybody else who plays on the server down in the description below for allowing us to play on his server. Anyway, now that I've got that out of the way, we've got an issue again. This time it's food. Just the meat. So what we've done, well actually before we get on to that, what I'll do is I'll give you a quick look. It's a bit of a sneak preview of upcoming, okay? This is going to be where the smeltery is. That's the maximum size smeltery you can build. So I've laid that out ready to go. So that's coming up. That's something that I'm really looking forward to doing. And as you can see, I've dug out another room over here. And that's where all our machinery and stuff's going to go. So without causing too much preamble, we're going to go down here. And I think what we need to do is make... I've dug out this area a bit more. And we're going to make a farm area. This is where we're going to put animals so that we've got meat. So we're not after wool or anything like that. We've got plenty of that sort of stuff. But we're going to make it so we've got chickens and we've got cows, pigs, sheep, all that sort of stuff so that we can get them for meat. At this stage they won't be automated, but it's a job that needs to be done. And I'm going to decorate as I go. So as you can see, I'm using some chiseled brick. Here's some chiseled granite there, and I'm using some chiseled stone on the roof, and I've got some nice chiseled floor. Just see how that looks. It's just something different to try. And as you can see in my hotbar, I've done it with a chisel. It's pretty easy to do. All I have to do is drag a block over. So in this case we'll use stone. Put the stone block in there, pick the pattern you want, which in this case I'm using zag for the ceiling. So click, got a stack of 64 zag for the ceiling. Grab the granite, drop that in there. And I'm using this particular one called layers for the wall. So click, and got a stack of that. The chisel itself, it's very easy to make. It's ridiculously easy. Oh, can't spell. Okay, here we are. And it's just a diamond chisel. Okay, so the diamond chisel is just a diamond and a stick in your crafting. Very, very simple to make. It's got durability. It does wear out, and I'm sure you've seen it all in use before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work crazily in here, build this up, and then I will come back and we'll organize pen sizes and so forth. And I'll also teach us how to make a golden lasso and to go on how to populate this area with animals so that we can get them where we want them, when we want them, and how we want them without them running amok and having to get them chasing us with food and wheat and seeds in our hands and all that sort of thing. So I'll be right back. Well, done at last. That's 2 hours of my life I'm not going to get back. I am terrible at decorating. Well, it looks all right, I suppose. At the end of the day, it's only going to be just for cows and animals and stuff to live in. And so, anyway, it doesn't look too bad, I suppose. This roof tile turned out really, really interesting. Totally random. Every single block was totally random. No matter which way I held my tongue, no matter which way I faced, everyone came out a different way, and it's made quite a weird and interesting and strange sort of a pattern on the roof. Not even really a pattern, just weird shape. Well, the next step now is going to be showing you guys how to make gold. Oh no, it won't be next step. Next step is I'm going to put some fences in here, so we have to partition off some areas. I'm thinking I might put a chicken factory in here, just a little poverty chicken factory where you put the eggs in, a couple of chickens in a hopper blocks and hopper on top underneath them, and then goes to a chest, pick up the eggs, and then whenever you want chickens you just throw all the eggs against the wall and they drop down in here, grow up, and you kill them later. Might do sheep and cows and pigs along there. Not too sure what I'll do down the back yet. At the moment I've still got all this machinery from the last episode that we did, the empower and the display stands for making all our fancy stuff. That's going to get moved out of here. We'll put that up top somewhere probably with all the machines, and put some nice real fancy looking blocks around that and make it look good. Probably end up getting rid of capacitor banks and putting these all down at ground level and having them all wired together so they've all got their own power. So what I'm going to do now is just make some fences, fence off the area, have a bit of a look-see, see what fits and what doesn't, and see if I can't improve this a little bit. So I'll be back when I've brainstormed that one out a little bit. Okay. Okay everybody, back again. We've just finished lighting this up like crazy and putting in the fences, put a little bit of carpet there just so you can jump up, burn in without having to use gates, because animals, as you know, they're a rotten piece of things. They just drive you crazy. You open the gate, they get in, they get out. So what I've got here is eggs, and I want to get probably 5 or 6 chickens. I don't need any more than that. That ain't gonna work, is it? Yes it will. Yes it will. I'll break that first. And we want to get 5 or 6 chickens in here so that we've got some breeder chickens. Did that one go in? Yeah, he's in there. So I've got a few eggs that we've picked up on the big trip out here and brought some back from the other base as well. You get in there. That's it. You stay in there. Get back in your hole. Go on. Go on, you get back in your hole. So what I'm doing is just basically get in. Loading this up with some chickens. The more you have in there, the faster it's going to produce eggs. And it's just a random chance of when you get a chicken hatch out of one of these eggs by throwing it at things. Get in there. Right, now they'll grow up. That's probably enough in there. I'll get 2 more. That's enough. And basically what we're going to be doing is when we come here, we'll check in there. Oh, there's a torch that I knocked down. Come in here, open this up. And we'll see eggs in here and feathers, because they drop feathers as well. So we'll grab the eggs, sit in here and just throw them at the back wall. Just like that. Now they'll run around in there, they'll go crazy, they'll grow up, and when I'm ready, I'll jump over and slaughter them, get myself some chicken. Nothing automated yet, it's just early days, so we just need to make sure that we've got a variety of meats. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you guys how to make a golden lasso. Now with the golden lasso, what we can do is we can go and find the other animals that we require out in the wild. Alright, let's put this in here. We'll go lasso. How's that spelled in this game? There we go. Golden lasso. What do we need? 4 string and 4 golden ingot. 4 golden nuggets. That's pretty easy to come by. What do we got here? There's some gold nuggets. There's some string. I'm just hoping I've got some more string in here somewhere. Not looking. Ah, there we go. I knew I had some string somewhere. And golden nuggets. I think I had some in here. That's enough to make 2. That'll do us for the time being. So we've got 4 string, 4 nuggets, and there's our golden lasso. These are reusable, so it's fantastic. Nice and easy. Don't have to lead them back to base. So we'll make 2 of those. What? Why isn't that working? That's strange. Alright, we'll do it that way then. Okie doke, that's different. Try it again. See what we can do. What? Must be lag. Okay guys, got it to work. Apparently it requires levels. So let's see how many levels. I've got 8. Takes 8 levels as well. So there we go. I wasn't even aware of that. The ones I made before, which you've probably seen in my inventory, I must have had levels when I made them. So anyway, they're 8 levels to make, and just those resources. So they're not difficult. Not difficult at all. Now what we'll do is I'll go out and I'll have a quick hunt around, see what I can find, and I'll bring you back if I find anything interesting. Well, as luck would have it, I had a look at the little mini map up there, and there should be some sheep over here somewhere. Sheep? Cows? Black Jacob. Oh, it's a sheep. Right click on it with the lasso, and as you can see, it's in there. It says Black Jacob, health 8. So he's sitting in there. He's good to go. So right click on this one, and we've got 2. So what I can do is I can race back to the farm. This takes us a little time. Sorry about the delay here, but you know, just race back in here, open our door, go down our hole, and all we do is highlight a block, right click with our lasso, and it puts them in there. There you go, sheepy, you're in your new home. Now I'm going to go out and I might get those sheep. I think I'll leave the one that's sitting in AJ's boat because I think he's going to keep that as a pet. But I know there's a couple of cows and I did see a couple of pigs too on the mini-map. So I'm going to go get them. I'll come back when I've got them in here for you. Ah, I found a cow, but he's right next to the beehive. So I'm going to try and snag him and get out of here before he gets me. And I think there's another one, another cow hidden in here, underneath these trees. I think he's been stuck in a leaf block for a little while, so it might be easy to get him. Oh, pretty short. Yep, that's a cow. Gotcha. You might be wondering about these yellow blocks. Now, with this mod pack, if you press F7, it highlights the areas that are dark with red, and it also highlights the areas that would be dark if it was nighttime in yellow. So I can turn that off just to do that. I obviously had that on while I was running through the building of that farm area, simply because I didn't want mobs to spawn in there. Not since we've got infernal mobs. Like, they are just incredible. I was fighting one earlier, nearly killed me. Couldn't do any damage to him at all. So I'm going to have to get some seriously good tools and some good weapons. That's why I want to get that smeltery up and built. So we've got a couple of cows in there, we can breed from them. I'll go chase down a couple of pigs. Well guys, look at that. We've got 2 sheep, we've got a whole heap of little chickens. Look, they're even dropping feathers already. Chickens in there. We've got some pigs, we've got some cows. And while I was out, I happened to find a couple of rabbits. So we got rabbits as well. That's going to be great. I hope they don't jump out of there. I hope they can't jump that fence. So we've got some rabbits as well. That's a shock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring down some chests and I'm going to put down everything that I need down here to breed them with, and then that's pretty much going to be it. I don't think there's much else that we can get meat from out of the game. If you happen to think of anything, let me know in the comments below. But until then, I will just get this finished off so that at least that's one job done. It's not pretty, not by anybody's means. But what I'll do is I'll breed a few of these things, get their numbers up. I'll come back and show you it operational. Well, I've bred them a few times now and we've got little babies all over the place. Picked up a few bits of XP, but I've got a plan in my head. My plan is, we've had problems in the past, you know, server updates and so forth, and we lose our animals. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to steal Mum and steal Dad, and I'm going to keep them in the chest back here. That way, if anything happens to the server, we've got sheep there. Because there's enough in there now, there's 2 in there to breed. Still got another couple of lassos left. That's all the levels I had. I'll grab these pigs. Mum and Dad, they can go in as well. And I answered that question for myself. These little fellas can jump the fence. I'm not happy about that, but they can jump the fence. So if we have any issues where we end up logging on one day and there's no animals in here for some reason, they're all gone, something's happened with the server or a bad update, we've still got them in the lassos and we can start off again without having to chase them around looking all over the map for them. Well, let's have a look how these guys went. They've grown up now. There we go. 16, 19 eggs. That's excellent. So I can just jump in here right now. Oh, and these guys have dropped a couple of eggs too. So I can just jump in here right now and slaughter these guys and get my chicken. Come here, come here, come here. What? Are you serious? What are you, invincible chicken or something? Come here, chicken. Invincible sods. Oh, get here, get here. Right, so I'll put those eggs up here and then I can throw those eggs straight back in. And hopefully we'll get a few chickens out of it. So they'll be ready to grow up. I can harvest those as well. What did I get? 6 bits of chicken. Not a lot, but I don't want to let them build up too much. Nothing's automated here, so it's very, very simple. Just straightforward. Really untechnology, I suppose, lack of technology episode. This one's just about survival. We really need to keep up the different proteins and the different types of foods. We've been fishing like crazy, so actually I might even show you that. We've been fishing like crazy. We tried the little fishing nets, and yeah, they work great, but they break, and next thing you know, you got none left. But there's an example of our fishing. Now, we built a garden trowel. Now, if I put in garden in here, there it is. Nope. Yeah, there it is. It's an easy thing to make, just a block of dirt, an iron ingot, and a stick. Now, when you use that, and you dig dirt with it, you get worms. Oh, gee, crikeys, I'm going to have to sleep. As you can see there, I got repopulation while I was breeding them. It wasn't on cam, but oh well, these things happen. So when you dig dirt, you get worms. We found this other little fishing machine sort of thing. It's a very, very simple little machine. You just make the bait, and you put it in, and look at the fish that it gets. It catches all the interesting stuff. We get armour, all that sort of thing. No power required. And we're out of bait. So just take all this out. Just leave it. Get it all out. And we can run that upstairs and we can cook it. And that gives us different types of food. So the more different types of food that you can fill up with your lunchbox, the better you're going to be. And as I say, this mod's all about surviving with food. It's such a difficult thing to do. Cook the turtle, the calamari, the tuna, even the frog, catfish, the crab will go in there. Can't cook these little green hearts. There must be a special recipe for those, and I'm saving the puffer fish for potions. So we chuck all the armour. This is some of the books we've picked up out of there. So there's some interesting ones in there. Put this in because I've got a plan for a machine that's going to grind all that up and give me some scrap, and I can burn that scrap as fuel, which will power quite a bit of the base, I hope, or at least enough to power itself. That's one of the many plans for the future. So I'll leave this episode where I started it. That's down here. The animals. I'll see if they need it, if they're hungry enough for another breeding. You hungry? Oh yes, you are. Good. There we go. What about the rabbits? Would you like some? Oh, of course they'd like some carrots. Oh, sorry, little piglets. None for you guys. You're not old enough yet. Got to reach 18. Send somebody to jail. That's right. I was leaving it here, wasn't I? Okie doke. Well, thanks very much for watching my episode. Hope it was interesting for you. Don't forget to hit that like button and share with your favourite social media. Check out the links in the description below. There's other players on this server. You got Mr. Red's point of view, you got AJ's point of view, of course you got Daedalus 822's point of view, River Cobber, Venom. They're all playing and they're all recording, so go give them a look. Let them know you came from my channel. So just send them a message and say, hey, I just came from King Willy. There you go, guys. Have a good one, and I'll catch you next time.